What up YouTube, this is your president, the President's Tourist, back with another video. I'm here back at Bok Tower Gardens. Don't know how long I'm going to stay here, how long this video is going to be. Because it is hot out, it's like 96, 97 degrees. So it is definitely warm. So, I don't know how long I'm going to be here, but I thought, hey, even if it's a short visit, why not try to film a little bit and show you around. Alright, let's get to it. Of course, right off the bat, it is beautiful here. Lots of pretty flowers and greenery. And I know I showed a lot of this stuff before, but no video could do this place justice unless you're like here to be able to see it yourself. So many cool decorations and pretty plants. This is always one of my most favorite places, right in the beginning. I just love it with the little frogs spitting out the water, and I just think it's so, kind of reminds me of like something you would see in like Roman times. If I ever got like super wealthy, this was something I would have in my place. That is cool. Like I said, this video might not be too long because it is warm. Oh. Down here they used to have that one statue of the alligator. They moved him again. He's been here, gone, been here, gone. But yeah, he's normally right here. So either they have him somewhere else or he's gone again and then he'll be back. But he's been up and down. Feels like a real large life-size alligator statue, which I've showed on my channel before if you want to see what it looks like. But we're gonna walk around at least a little bit, maybe have lunch, well, a late lunch here maybe, and then just check around a little bit. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to do a very big extensive thing because this place, it's warm today, and I meant to come here sooner. Their hours are 10 to 6, but pretty much at 5, like the museum, the gift shop, the cafe, that all closes at 5, and they last admit people at 5. So pretty much for like the last hour from 5 to 6, only walking around the gardens and stuff. Yeah, you can't go in any of the stuff. But I have a whole playlist dedicated to this if you want to see it. This place is cool. Let's head on in and check in the museum quickly. Now when I first came here, this museum was totally different. They renovated it like 3 or 4 years ago. It's much more futuristic, I guess you could say modern, than it was then. I mean, I thought the old one was pretty cool. I'm not going to be in here too long because I filmed in here more than once. Just give you an idea. Like I said, you really have to come here. No video will do this place justice. It's just so historically interesting, but beautiful too. And here's a singing tower, which I may or may not make it up to today. We'll see. Like I said, it's hot, and I have Mom with me, and see what she feels like. Here's some of those famous bells, and that is how big they are. And that thing is taller than me. Another cool thing that Bok does, and a lot of other similar institutions, they have a reciprocal admissions program. So basically, since I'm a member of Bok, I can get in a whole bunch of other places like this free or half off or something like that. So if you're a member of something like this, check it out. They may have a reciprocal program with other nature preserves, museums, historical gardens, stuff like that. Zoos. Okay. Let's get going. Get back out there in the oven. They have a really nice gift shop over there. I have filmed it. It's on my channel if you want to see it. And of course they have a plant shop. They have some nice maps of the place too. Here's like a fuller life-size one. This place is huge. They have a mansion that Bok lived at. I never toured it. I'm going to do it. I probably could do that today, but I'm not going to do that now. But I will tour it one time and film it for you. I especially like to do it during Christmas time because they decorate it extra special for Christmas and they say it's really pretty. But they have a whole bunch of trails. There's some of the bigger, longer trails I actually never have walked through. One time I will, but it's just so much to really look at here. Now see this? Now, I can't say how it was made, but if that had to be individually put in each of these rocks on their side, that must have took a long time. And to walk on this barefoot must really hurt. This is definitely one of the more interesting sidewalks I've ever seen. Yeah, but Bok, you could they have not the singing tower, which they have like these little concerts from it, but they've hosted weddings here. They have a kids section, which I've showed before. It was more of a recent addition. I think they put it in like 5 or 6 years ago. That if you have younger kids, they would love it. Like a sort of like a playground. I think I showed it on my channel. I don't know if I did a specific video just for that, but one day I will. I was here for opening day for it. So it is on my, if you want to look at it. We're actually going to probably check out the Singing Tower today. I wasn't sure if I was going to. But head there now. Yeah, this whole area was like redone since I first started coming here over 20 years ago now. So it looks very different from what it did. And the walk to the mansion is only like 5 minutes from here. I've actually filmed outside of the mansion and I walked around it. Never in there. I will have to do that for you all one day. I'm not sure if I'll wait till Christmas or maybe I'll do like non-Christmas and Christmas. Just to show you before and after. Up here is where we go to the tower. As you see, a lot of people has their dogs. At one time, I don't think they let you bring your dog in unless it was like a special day. Now, if you pay like a $10 fee, I think it is, you can bring your dog as long as you clean up over after them and everything. But you used to not be able to bring your dogs in here. Now, one thing, see if anyone knows. I've seen these before. Now, what is this supposed to be? I always thought this is for like you put some special paper over here and you rub over and you get like an etching into the paper. Is that what that is? That's what I always thought. Something like that. But they're around here and they're pretty cool looking, but I always thought that might be what it might be. You could hear the singing tower in the background. Well, it's not a very long walk, but boy, it's uphill and it's bushing. I tell you, this is going to hopefully put me in shape. They have like a lot of like little signs dedicated to people, little signs telling you like what kind of plants are and everything, which I think is great. I do know over the years they've suffered damage here because of hurricanes, especially with regard to trees. Like both of the trees that Calvin Coolidge and his wife planted when they first opened Bok, they're both gone now, which both is on my channel if you want to see them. Say like a little historical plaque. Hers was gone for a while. I knew hers was going to be gone eventually because the last time I seen it years ago, pretty much said it was already dead. Calvin's Coolidge's tree was better off, but I wonder if it just died or it probably fell during a hurricane. This is how it is. No tree or plant will last forever. I just wish they would have kept like part of the trunk that had maybe the plaque on it and put it in the museum, as I think it would have been a good thing to add. I mean, maybe they will do that. I don't know. Maybe they didn't say part of it. Who knows? Whew. It is warm, guys. You're lucky. There's a butterfly. You're lucky to be watching this from a nice, cool place. At least I hope you are. She just tells you what section you go down, where it goes like that will take us also to the mansion. That will take us back to the visitor center. This will take us to the tower. Both these takes us to the tower. Looks like this one's easier for handicap. So this one might be a bit more flatter. So I think I'll just take that. But you can go either way. When you're in the shade, it's definitely better, but it is muggy out. That has matchstick bromide, and then they have the scientific name for it. Of course, plenty of benches for you to sit on. Just be careful there's no spiders, because I've seen by the water in the trees by where the Singing Tower is, I've seen some pretty big spiders at one time. They're like scary, creepy big. So just let you know, if you don't like spiders, keep an eye out. There's so many like different paths for you to take. I think this is going to take us up to the left side of the tower, because I see it through the trees. If we would have took the other one, it would have been more through like the front way. But there's many different paths to go around here. Like here's another one if you wanted to cut through to that. I first started coming here 2003, and I'm sure there's going to be paths that I never actually went through myself. So but there's definitely a lot of options. Imagine mowing this all the time. There's a lot of area to mow and take care of. I couldn't imagine how many gardeners and stuff they must have, because think about it, this stuff grows, and sometimes pretty quickly. So keeping up with it must be pretty intense. Yeah, we're going to come up on the side. If we would have went the other way, you would have seen it from the front, but it doesn't really matter, because we're going to get a good view of it when we get up there. Alright, I'm going to wait till I get up there, and then I'll show it to you when we get there. But if you've been watching my channel for a while, you would have already seen a video on Bok Towers and the Singing Tower anyways. So this isn't anything new. But like I said, I can come here 1,000 times and still see like new stuff each time, because like I said, this place is big and there's changes happening. Look how pretty that is. Yeah, we're coming up on it. You see some of the water areas. Yeah, we'll keep filming. Show it to you. Yeah, down that way was where the Coolidge's trees were at one time, I believe. And there they do have where you could feed like koi fish, and they have koi food you could buy. Yeah, like up around here, up at the trees by the waters where you would see those spiders. Oh, we're almost at the tower. Yep, we're coming out of the side entrance. Yeah, I think maybe we'll keep you filming so you can see it. Some of those leaves are huge. There we go. Always so impressive and beautiful. Let's show you from this side, and then we'll go around. I've been in the tower once, years ago, but since then they haven't been offering to have I'm not sure we'd call like members go in there as much. But I have been, but I only been in like the bottom. You hear once in a while people being able to go all the way up on top, but it doesn't happen very often. I have seen YouTube videos up there. I would love to go up there. It'd be scary as hell though, because you're more up there than you think. I've only been down inside there, and there's Edward Bok's grave right there. So that's his final resting place. I'm sure you can see where you see some of the different fish. Some bigger ones and smaller ones in there. But I would love to go in there again. That was way before YouTube, so I have some pictures, but it was with like a regular camera with like actual film, and they're not that good. So, but one time I would love to get in there and just film it. And the Caroliner, I think they're called, the one who actually plays the instrument up there with the bells. I actually met the one guy who did it. Well, they have a couple of them, I think, but I met him over there, which was really cool. Sometimes he'll come down and meet you. And then over there, they have like a little, I guess you say auditorium, where they have some seats and stuff in front of a television screen. When he's playing up there, you can actually watch him play him. I've never done that. I've seen people do it, but maybe one time I will. Like I said, this is a beautiful area. And supposedly the highest elevation in Florida is supposed to be right here at Bok, which I've showed before. But it's a beautiful area to visit. You can come here and have a picnic. You could have your people have their weddings here and a lot of different events. I actually met Edward Bok's, I think his grandson here. They had an event years ago to commemorate the tower. I don't think that I filmed that either. I don't remember if that was before I was really doing YouTube or what. But it was around here I met him. Yeah, this area is opened a bit more. I think there used to be more vegetation here at one time. So you see changes do happen. Always be careful standing next to this water. If you see some of these rocks have shifted, you want to fall in. And you never know, there could be an alligator in here. You just don't know. I've never seen alligators here. Doesn't mean there's not alligators here. Yeah, but I'd love to be able to get in there one day for you guys. But they have two entrances there. It's like a little bridge, and it's always locked. Here's where we can buy some of the food. I think it's like 25 cents for the koi fish. Yeah. I suppose if you wanted to be sneaky and underhand, you could sneak in there, but I wouldn't do that, and I don't recommend doing that. When you're here, it's like you're in someone's house. You need to follow the rules. So one day, I'd like to get in there one time. And I'm sure probably one day I will, and be able to film it for you. So it's so interesting because there's so much history at this place. I mean, there's tons of it. You go all over and you see it. And not just the history, it's the beauty. Of course, I showed over there, which I may show later. There's like a gigantic stone lantern from Japan. Really cool looking. Look at that. That thing's beautiful. It goes so how long since I first came here. I remember around the first year we were here, there was a kid, well, not quite an infant, maybe a toddler. Had to have been maybe 1 or 2, 1.5. He started screaming, and found out from the parents later because he ran into some fire ants. He or she, I don't know now what he or she was, but they have to be in their 20s now. I see people's laying down. Looks like they have some food and blankets. That's what some people do. They have like picnics up here. This is definitely a beautiful location. They have like this sundial. I always think it's pretty cool. And I'm going to read it. I've read it before. I'm going to read it again. This singing tower with its adjacent sanctuary was dedicated and presented for visitation to the American people by Calvin Coolidge, President of the United States, February the 1st, 1929. So I'm going to have to come here one time, February 1st. because that would have been I'm not sure that's technically considered their anniversary. I think it would be. Yeah, check it out one time. So I think Calvin Coolidge and his wife and a whole bunch of other important people and dignitaries, they were right here. They stood right in this area. This is so cool. I just love history, especially doing like presidents and stuff. That's why I used to love to visit that tree. And unfortunately it's gone. Because now I could say I stood right there where he stood. I know it's dumb, but I still think it's cool. But there's lots of places to sit, get some good views. But you don't see a lot here in Florida because a lot of Florida is pretty darn flat. Definitely some peacefulness there. Very relaxing. I relax a lot here. You know, when you go to places where there's like always these crowds, you can't really totally relax because there's so much movement and sound and everything. But here, sometimes there's not too many people around, and there's even more quieter. It's not too loud now or nothing. A few people around, but it's usually so peaceful and relaxing here. Definitely. Well, very interesting how some of these limbs grew over the years. Look at that shape. Definitely not going to go underneath it too much. Yeah, lots and lots of green. Actually, I'm heading towards that bench there for a minute. Give you a little different perspective. Because I never actually came over to here. Oh, this is nice. I hope the wind's not making too loud on here because I need to get a dead cat for this camera. One of those things I just have not done and I need to. Well, that's where I was in that bench right there. And I came down here and I never looked at the same tower from this perspective. Normally I don't see the side unless I'm really close up, because I never actually came down here, so. Looks awesome from any angle. Not sure if you see, but I'm wearing a appropriate t-shirt. This is actually a Bok Tower t-shirt. It's one with a squirrel on it that you might have seen me wear before. I thought it was pretty cute. Found this path here. Not sure it's one you should go down or not, but maybe I don't know if I'll try it now, but maybe one time I'll check it out when it's a bit cooler out, because today is definitely a bit warm. Uh-oh, either someone didn't pick up after their dog went duty, or that is from a wild animal, which there's something different about it, so I think it's actually from a wild animal. There are like, what, foxes around here, I think? I've seen them. So that could be it. And their poop actually does look a little bit different. So I've seen it before. So, yeah. Just heading away from that little path. I actually did go down it a little bit. I didn't go too far. So I have no idea where it goes, but like I said, this place is huge. There's so many paths and little roads through it. I tell you, I gotta get in shape. I'm already huffing and puffing. Too many cheeseburgers. Before we head down, we're going to go get some fish food for the koi fish. Luckily, I happen to have a quarter on me, which I don't have cash or change on me very often anymore. We're going to go give them some grub, which is right down here. I think there was one over there and one over here somewhere. Here it is. Yeah. Okay, give me that. Here it is. 1993. Want you to jiggle it. Want to get as much as you can. Now come here, come closer. So don't get too close to that water. Can you get it?
Yes.
And open it up. You don't get a lot. I think it's all, most of it. Except one little piece there. I'll grab it. We're gonna, of course, Mr. Squirrel probably wants some too. They're here. Oh, there they go. Whoa. You could tell the squirrels are very much used to you because they come so close to you here. They come right up to you and they're used to people. I noticed that at Disney too. The squirrels will come right up to you and they will take a nut or a piece of bread or whatever right out of your hand. Where most places you go with squirrels, they don't do that. I don't recommend feeding wildlife. Of course, they give this koi fish food purposely to give to the koi fish. There's Mr. Squirrel. Hey, Mr. Squirrel, or Mrs. Squirrel. Yeah, cute little guy. Well, that's it. Okay, we're going to head down to the cafe because they close in less than an hour. We're going to get a sandwich and a cold drink because it is warm out. All right, let's get over there and get to it. Always read these plaques. They always give you good information. Well, of course, they stopped going around, but that one squirrel was having another squirrel chase right after him. They weren't too happy. Now, the lily pads out there now aren't too big, but sometimes they're huge. I mean, you literally think you stand on it, it can support your weight, which you obviously can't. But that's how big sometimes they get. They get massively large. It's just amazing how big those things can get. And there's more koi fish food at a different spot. I always thought these were cool, the way they like curve around. Always interesting way that plants can grow. That goes like right here, there, then curves around again. Another really cool spot I love visiting, I don't think I'm going to do that today, is Window by the Pond. Because it's an opposite direction from where I'm going to end up going. But Window by the Pond is basically, and I showed it before, if you haven't seen it, you basically go in like a little like wooden building, and they have basically this big window. You sit down in behind, and you look out through this at this pond, and you see like different wildlife, birds, squirrels, sometimes turtles and stuff. And basically, it's nature's show. You're on nature's schedule, so you don't know what you're going to see. And I love always visiting it. It's very peaceful, but I recommend if you really want to sit there and enjoy it for a while, go there when it's the cooler time of year, not the hotter one, because it does get really toasty in that little building. But definitely check it out if you ever come here. It's just always one of my favorite places. I just love to go in there and sit for a while and just look out the window. Yes, AC and drink, I miss you. Let's get in there. This has changed quite a bit. They used to have more drink options, including like juices and craft sodas here. Now it's just all regular Pepsi stuff. But they do one thing they have different from when I was here last. They have green tea there, unsweet. Like I said, they used to have more choices right there. But some tasty green tea, which I'm happy about. But I wish they still had the juices and stuff there, and the different craft sodas. They had a few craft sodas, and it was really good. Now it's just pretty much boring regular stuff. One thing I noticed they do differently, they charge you 25 cents now for a cup for water now. They didn't do that before. I always thought it was cool. Also here now, they show you different stages and when the tower was being built. I also think it's pretty awesome. Yeah, like I said, this has changed though. Their offerings has changed. Of course, so has their menu too. Oh, we also got a cookie. And what I got, I'll show you. I got the fried flounder sandwich and the turkey and smoked Gouda. Normally, it come with chips for that price. But I upgraded a little bit. So I got, for one, it's going to get the coleslaw, and one's going to have the loaded potato salad. So all together, this was, now there is a discount because I'm a member. All together it was $40.69. The cookie, it was $4, and the fountain beverage is $4. But that's really good green tea. Here's a fried flounder sandwich with the coleslaw, or not coleslaw, potato salad. Okay. And then here's the smoked turkey that with Gouda Mom got with the coleslaw. Looks delicious. Okay. Alright, I was able to cool down and get refreshed for some delicious green tea. The food was great, like usual. And yeah, we're heading on our way out. A short day. Didn't get to see nearly as much as I would like. Like I said, it is warm today, so I don't think I could have stayed here too many hours because we got like 97 or something like that, and humidity, so definitely pretty warm. They have these really cool guide maps you can check out. And there is a movie about Bok Tower, so you could watch in there. I don't think I ever seen it. I seen a theater there, but I didn't know there was a little movie that you could watch about it, so I have to check that out and let you know how all it is. He says that movie's also on their website, so if you can't come down here to watch it, you check it out on their website too. So I'm gonna have to do that one day. But okay, we're heading out. Gotta get going. Got a bit of a drive home. Yeah, there it is. Bok Tower Gardens, always beautiful and always really peaceful to visit. Every time I come here, I'm gonna film. I know it's made a lot of the same stuff, but this place is just so beautiful and peaceful, and it's just, I love sharing some places like this with you all. If you're ever in the Lake Wales area, you gotta come to Bok Towers and check it out. Some beautiful scenery, very peaceful, a lot of very nice people, and it's definitely worth it. I think a day pass is like $20. Mom and I, we have the yearly pass, so if you're going to come here in a year period more than once, it might be worth getting. especially if you know you're going to live down here, because it's just great. And with the reciprocal program, but also if you have a pass to a place like this where you are at, or a zoo or something like that, check the reciprocal program with them. You might be able to get in here for free or at a discount. I'm not sure how it always goes, but I actually got a list of but I think these are just the Florida versions of it. But this also goes with places outside the state too. But here it is. Yeah, reciprocal emissions program. And I guess read you a few, like here's free admission to Everglades Wonder Gardens, South Florida Museum, 50% off the Clearwater Marine Aquarium, 50% off the Atatiki Museum, Fairchild Tropical Botanical Gardens, I think might be free too. Museum of Arts and Science is 50% off admission. So most places are free or 50% off, and I know there's a larger list. I've been told that's other places across the country too, so check it out. Anyways, any comments, questions, let me know. Pretty nice day, very warm day, but an enjoyable and peaceful one. Alright, any comments, questions, put them below. Thank you for watching. Bye everybody, bye. Alright, let's get on to the next thing. I just want to show us we're on the way out. Looks like they've been doing some controlled burning.
For 1.5 miles.
Fortunately, it looks like it killed a lot of the cactuses, but some of them look like they got through it too. Let me show you. I know a lot of places do that as a safety measure, because it's better to have a controlled burning than a out of control burning, because you get a lot of dry brush, especially now with it being so hot. That was a lot filled with a lot more brush and weeds and stuff. See a lot of anthills there. Look at all those. My goodness, look at all those anthills. So there's a lot of little creatures in there still. This is you can see I did this whole section with controlled burning. But I've seen this at nature preserves and places like that before. And the trees usually get through it pretty good, as you can tell. Nice little path to drive in here. But I just want to show that on the way out. I noticed that on the way in. Of course, they have a lot of orange groves here. I'm assuming it's also they sell the oranges, and then the money probably goes to the upkeep for the gardens. Some more of the controlled burning there on the other side. Those couple trees don't look like they did very well with it, but I'm sure they're probably going to get through it okay. I bet you this didn't happen that long ago, so you haven't seen stuff growing back as much. You know, some of those trees almost look like they're dead. I bet you they're not. They probably just got heated from the thing to grow back. And nature is very resilient. But when I went to Tibet Butler Nature Preserve, I did a Disney Wilderness Preserve, I think they had it too. So a lot of them do this, which is, it's smart. Just gotta be very careful. Okay. Just driving to the Bok Tower Gardens, and I seen this tortoise. And I'm pretty sure it's a gopher tortoise, because they do have gopher tortoises here at Bok. He stopped there for a minute, but it took me a little bit to get my phone out. I want to film him and show you him. Isn't he adorable? He's a cute little guy. Okay. I think we'll let him go. Well, we're not stopping him or nothing, but here. Ready to get going.